One. 1, 2. Yo, check me out right here, yo. And the sun don't shine forever, but as long as we here, then we might as well shine together. Better now than never. What? Who you know do it better? Who you know do it better? You kidding me? Any more people in the building? What is this record button? Stay in the studio. Okay. My bad, Marty Ren. That record is fire, though. That's all I had to give was Marty Ren in the building. What's going on, baby? Bubba. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. 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 I don't know how I got the angle better before. I had a better angle. I don't like this angle. Oh, there you go. 1, 2. Check me out right here, yo. Huh? You know who it is. You know what this is. Knicks Rehab in the building. Here we go with the clickbait. Good morning. Hey, Corey, what's so clickbait about it? It says, you guys complain about everything, Corey. What the? It says, Knicks get Karl Anthony Towns, question mark. I was told a question mark is how you do it, baby. What's good, broski? Yeah, bro. I was like, hold up. He rapping Diddy. Oh, no. Hold on, man. That song was so fire. You crazy? That was a crazy big verse. Check me out right here, yo. Thank you, Corey. See, Corey, man, what you gonna do, man? It's almost 8 in the morning in New York. I haven't given the weather in quite some time. For all you that don't understand, I give the weather out. We're looking for a weather. What's that called? How dare you, Corey? Just putting a rock in your shoe, and you did it perfectly. You put that little pebble that, oh my, you gotta stop. That when that stings your heel, you go Corey, like that, like yo, those are crazy. And you gotta take your shoe off no matter where you at. And you do that. You shaking it out. And you hope. You ever shook your shoe out? You thought the rock came out and it didn't come out. That's Corey. It sucks. Facts with the Biggie verse, so I got it, broski. Yeah, man, my bad. Check me out right here, yo. Come on, man. Big, even the way Big says one. Big's voice was just crazy. It was, I think Nas was in I don't think it was the Feds magazine. It was either Feds magazine or Don Diva where he said, after Ether came out and everything. No, there was this other magazine and he was breaking down his verse from Ether because people were just, at the time people were making this the same way Drake's fans in this era are making excuses for this battle. It was the same thing with Jay-Z stands. They couldn't stand it. They couldn't understand the fact, yo, your man, he just got rocked. He just got rocked. It happens. You lose, right? And Nas broke down what he was saying with certain lyrics because somehow people got slow all of a sudden. But in that magazine interview, Nas was saying like the scariest thing about Biggie was his voice. Right? Like no matter what Biggie said, it sounded ill. He had simple lyrics that were like fire. But if anybody else said them, it goes back to the old adage, right? You and I can say the same thing. but she's coming home with me for a reason. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Some people just have the it factor, and for Biggie was his voice, and he just had a command and a presence. And the 90s, forgot who said this before. The 90s rappers and some of the 2000s, a lot of the 2000s, even with Drake, up until that time period, J. Cole, up until the 2010s, it feels like because there was an A&R and there was a filtering, even with celebrities too, Hollywood, everywhere, there was a level of course, there was gatekeeping, but the gatekeeping made you work. Like right now, we're working for our fandom, we're working for our support, we're working for our following, we're working for everything because we know who the diehards are. We know, look, Sherwin is a nutcase. Good morning. Can you please end the madness? The Knicks don't want or need Karl Anthony Towns. Randall is a better player. If we are trading Randall, Giannis Antetokounmpo will have to be coming here. It's 8 in the morning. Sherwin, somebody told Sherwin yesterday, did you have your coffee? But you need Sherwin in the chat. You need Corey Lee throwing a rock in my shoe. You got to do that because everybody can't be the same. I don't want everybody to agree. I definitely want everybody to be respectful. I like the jokes. And then once it goes too far, I just ignore everything. But you have to earn your spot. You have to earn your voice. The people gotta, once you become the people's champion, it's different. So yeah, there was, for me, I have a crazy opinion. But let's say like a Jay-Z was a pop artist, right? And people won't think, they'll be like, what? Like DMX, pop artist. So much so, I'm gonna give you a great example. Hold on, you gotta download the app now? What? There's an app for StreamYard? What's the app? Yo, they speaking of gatekeepers, they just gatekeep the ball. And he's at his channel. It's his channel. Wow. One, 2. But yeah, so DMX and Jay-Z were pop artists, but they earned it. It wasn't like Britney Spears where she went to the Disney factory, right? Because they all got cookie cutter, and Puff was a cookie cutter. Jay-Z and DMX were so great, and they went through the rigor. Like they were in their mid-20s when they blew up, 27 years old. A lot of artists were 27 years old, if you think about it, when they blew up. And at that time period, Eminem, Jay-Z, DMX, a lot of them, right? Because they were going through the rigmarole, but they had to earn this level of to be in the factory. And then once they did, it was over. And the point is, sometimes you gotta, whether it's a gatekeeper or what, you gotta earn it. So I thank you for putting a rock in my shoe, Corey. And you, Sherwin, thank you for hating on us. Not debilitating, but deliberating on the next, the next player to come here, man. Hold on, same thing. So it says I have to download the app. But which app? Do you have? Oh, it says StreamYard app for iOS. Oh, nice. Look, so now in StreamYard, you have to have an app. Go to AllBall is really the viejo of the channel. Go to the what you call it? Go to the Apple Store and type in StreamYard. It's telling you what to do. And he's like, no, I can't do it. That's dope though. At least they have an app. It makes it easier because before just on StreamYard you just go online, and for some people it sucks because you go it's just Safari and they're not fully comfortable with that yet. I don't know, bro. If the Knicks got rejected supposedly for Kessler, it only makes me think that maybe the smoke screen to what they really want to do. Really think they are about to make a move for Cat. Let's talk about Cooper Flag, guys. That's exactly who we need on our team. Tank for Cooper Flag. How are we gonna tank for Cooper Flag? If we tank, we are in shambles. Tibbs is gone. That's gonna be the ultimate reversal. He looks all right. He looks all right to me. You know, what was most impressive about him? What was the most impressive about Cooper Flag for you, Marty? Because for me, a lot of it is how the other players reacted. Kevin Durant was like, "Nah, he's already really mature for his age." You know what I mean? He was showing a lot of maturity. What do you guys think? To me, it was his poison shot selection. That's what I think Kevin Durant was speaking to at the fact that he pulled up and he's been in the spotlight for quite some time. Like everyone, whoever watch, because I try not to watch high school games, man. I'm always gonna repeat this. So Flea will watch high school games, and I don't mean to call him a predator, and the rest of these guys that watch high school basketball, uh, predator. I have been to high school games and stuff, but I think that's different than just bringing the kids into this world, just into the Hollywood world. It's crazy. With LeBron, he's an exception, but there's only one way to find out about that exception is with people witnessing it, right? So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was great in high school. Cooper Flag has gotten. I don't want to say the LeBron treatment in high school. I haven't heard that name. I haven't heard him, even be compared to LeBron or anything like that. So I I I like the shot that he took over Anthony Davis. I know he was 3 of 9. He was all right, you know. And I like the fact that it's against the Olympic team. Like I'm reading Grant Hill's book right now, and it I loved when he spoke about playing the Olympic team, the dream team, when he was in high school. No, he was in college. The best college players played up against the dream team, and he said he didn't understand the whole Magic hype. He would always see the smaller players and at more athletic guards, and he was like, "Why don't you just reach over and strip Magic?" Like I don't get why. He said as soon as he went to guard Magic, he went to go reach in, and Magic stuck his forearm out and boomed him. He couldn't even. He said, "I never did it again. I never reached again." And shout out to Steve Burt Sr. Steve Burt Sr., Uptown legend. He made it to the league. He said it was like you don't understand how big Magic is. Steve Bird's about 6 feet, 6'1", and he's like, "Yo, I'm trying to guard up on him, got my forearm up, and it's like on his thigh, it's on his knee, like he's huge." So Magic's remember he's a giant, just dribbling the ball like that. And with Cooper Flag, I'm hoping he gets that kind of experience where he goes, he might gain some confidence out of this. Like they ain't that good. I could keep up with these guys. It's trying to charge me. What? Yo, StreamYard is going bananas. If you're using iOS, we recommend downloading our mobile app from App Store for instructions on how to use our app to join the studio as a guest. What we want to know is, are you charging a StreamYard? It says free. Wow. All Ball is trying to jump in the building, and they said, we don't care. um, Click here for the article. Entering the studio on the StreamYard guest. Okay, in the article it says, bye, have a good day, love you. There's a link in the chat. Let's see if All Ball could click that link. From your phone, sent to you. This will automatically open the app. Next, allow StreamYard access to your device and microphone. Make sure your camera is working. You can switch from camera from the back. As shown above, you can tap on the three dots to access. Navigate in the studio. I wonder if All Ball got this far. Limitations of mobile app. Currently, guest destinations and posting comments as guests will not work. The green room can be accessed by guests. External microphones only work with Bluetooth headphones. Screen sharing is not currently supported. Audio, the touch-up filter. Does the app work on iPhones? Yes, the app is available for iPhones, iPads. Is there a mobile app for Android mobile devices? I don't see anything about it charging us. Look, all Ball is frustrated. Oh dear Lord, we got a show to put on, man. Um, let's see. Is StreamYard charging for guests? And that content is free of charge for them since guests don't require a paid plan to use guest destinations. Instead, they only need to create an account on StreamYard to log in. You know, it's funny, you're on here too. You're on the as an administrator, All Ball. You should be able to uh go into StreamYard and then check to see our upcoming recordings and then enter studio from there. Let's see if we can help them out. Should I get my iPad and FaceTime them? Hold on. FaceTime. Why is it going to? What is going on? Can you, when you go to the website, you can't go to the StreamYard and then go click on StreamYard.com. And then when you go on there, what do you see? Right, but that's the link I sent you. So just go to StreamYard.com without anything afterwards. No slash, no nothing. That's the original one. Thanks everybody for holding on and watching us. We got 42 people in the building waiting for you, All Ball. Or excuse me, All Ball AI, not the real All Ball. The easiest way to strong. Now, so you're supposed to have. You don't see. Click on. Can you click on the bird? Yeah. There's no home button. And you log in to your account. Yeah, it's your email. And you're an admin on here. So I shouldn't have to send you the links. Shout out to Will. Chill, Will. What's going on, baby? We're gonna get to who's next? Cat in a second. We're having technical difficulties as AllBall. StreamYard has locked out AllBall from his own channel, y'all. What is going on? Yeah, no survey for you, StreamYard. Oh, see that? It says enter studio. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The countdown is on. Oh, the countdown is on. Y'all know who that is.
Hold on. What's the yo?
Yo.
You can hear me?
Yep. Loud and clearly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I can see the chat. What up, chat?
Yeah. Curse him out. You can see it now, guys.
Cold blooded.
We got him. We got him in the building, baby. You couldn't stop us, StreamYard.
Wow, StreamYard is vicious, man. Vicious. Yeah, we in the building. What up?
What's going on,
Talk
man?
to me. Talk to me.
You know what it is. We'll get right to it with this now. After sorry, y'all, for technical difficulties. Thank you for holding on, showing us love the way that you do. We had Sherwin in the building. People, Sherwin, he's our grumpy commentator. He told me yesterday, "Hey Sherwin, have you had your coffee?" And today he says good morning. At least he says good morning. See, some of y'all don't even say good morning. Sherwin's in here, grown man. Good morning. Can you please end the madness? Very polite. The Knicks don't want or need Karl Anthony Towns. Randall is a better player. If we're gonna trade Randall, Giannis needs to be coming here. The OB fans, Randall haters need to stop. That's a good point, Sherwin. Though you overlooked that. I was an OB, I was an OB stopping fan, but I didn't want to just trade Randall. Let's get to it though. Knicks fan TV actually.
I'm not an OB Toppin fan.
I was one, and he just showed us that he wasn't SHIT. Knicks fan TV had Ariel Helwani on there. I know him for his UFC days. He used to criticize Dana White, but they go into the Knicks' interest in Karl Anthony Towns.
I think there's one more move they want to make.
Like a big swing, or
I think there's a big swing that they want to make.
Really?
Because they didn't sign Julius Randle to an extension. They didn't sign Julius to an extension.
You think he's on the block? Everyone keeps saying they're such big fans of his, such big fans of his.
I'll tell you this.
Okay.
They're bigger fans of Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're bigger fans in Karl Anthony Towns. They want Towns.
Who do you like better?
I personally like Julius. Fit-wise, offensively, Towns is a better fit. For what they're trying to, they want to catch Boston. They see what Boston can do with a true 5-out system. They want to open up that floor completely for Jalen to do his thing and cook like he usually does. You're able to put Towns out there. I'm just talking about skill set, offensive skill set. As a true shooting big, that's how they want to beat Boston. They want Towns. Man.
You think Minnesota does that?
It's not clear if they will, but they are in some financial challenges right now. In a little bit of a tricky spot where they could use some savings. And I can tell you, the Knicks want Towns. Man. They want
Local
Towns.
guy.
All right. Well, you heard Knicks Fan TV. I mean, he sounds like you, AllBall. We want Cat to have a stretch 5.
This is why I get mad. How long have I been saying this?
Forever. And I always disagree. Still disagree.
No knock to nobody, but you see how people have all this inside news. But on Knicks Rehab, AllBall TV, I've been saying this for over a year now. So that ain't breaking news to me, because I've been on that time. Nah, for real, man. For real. Start giving us our props. Whether you like the move or not, we've been discussing this. With no inside, with no none of that. So I love the move. But like I told y'all, this season is for Julius Randle to prove that he's a great fit for our Knicks. If we digress, if we go backwards, then he's definitely going to be on the trading block. I think right now we owe it to him to see how we look fully healthy, give him a shot. But once again, if, we start looking bad and things ain't looking good, who else is there to blame? Look how we looked without you last year. To me, this season is going to prove if he gets that extension or not. I think he wants to be a Knick, but we have to be realistic. Karl Anthony Towns opens up the floor, wide open. He's way better offensively. It's not even close. People can miss me with, listen, it's nothing personal against Julius, but it's not even close when it comes to being offensively better. And he's a legit 7-footer. So for me, I get why the Knicks, and certain people saying they want Karl Anthony Towns. And also, he's probably one of the guys that we can realistically get. Only way we getting guys like Giannis and KD or one of them other guys, they got to come over here. We ain't going to be able to trade for them guys. So let's be realistic. I love the move, and I've been saying it, and I was getting roasted and flamed for it. But once again, if you're looking at it from a basketball aspect, forget, being a diehard Knicks fan and being a Julius Randle fan. If we looking at it basketball-wise, it makes perfect sense. So on that point, I agree with Knicks Fan TV. But big shout out to Knicks Rehab. We've been on that time.
At least some of us. Because I wasn't. And I'm still not. I don't want anything to do with Karl Anthony Towns whatsoever. I never have. I think he's soft. As crazy as Julius Randle is, he's putting pressure on the defense. Neither one of them are proven in the playoffs. I think he's gonna put more pressure on the defense, like I said, get you more and ones. The way he's able to go from the post and the perimeter and operate and just do his thing now, because now we have yet to see him with these 3 or 4 guys around him. And all we saw was OG be added, and Julius Randle was unlocked. He was unlocked. He's maturing. Karl Anthony Towns, to me, is not even mature. He's out there. What is he yelling about? He's not even podcast. He streams. Thank you, Sherwin. Cat salary is $55 million. For what? For what? To be a 3rd or 4th option? It's disgusting. And part of the reasoning was because the Knicks are under pressure to look like Boston. What did we say the other day?
Hold. If he coming to New York, he's the 2nd option behind Jalen Brunson. Stop it. He ain't no 3rd or 4th option. You got to stop with that 3rd, 4th option thing. How is he the 3rd, 4th option if we trade him for Julius? Who's the offensive option in front of Cat?
Mikal Bridges.
Get
him out of here.
Get out of here.
Out of here with that.
Don't get out of here with that.
Karl Anthony Towns. It's not even that. We ain't talking about talent. We ain't talking about skill.
It's personal for you, man. It's personal for you, man.
What's so personal about it? I don't like the way you play basketball. I don't know him personally. I just think he's soft. It's not personal with Paul George. It ain't personal.
No matter how soft he is, he's not 2nd option I mean, he's not a third option after Mikal Bridges. That's impossible.
He's made himself a third. Bro, the Minnesota Timberwolves are on a roll without him. Without him. They didn't even need him.
Okay.
Who's the option there?
You don't believe that. You do not believe that. Minnesota Timberwolves is not winning nothing without Karl Anthony Towns alongside Ant-Man. Ant-Man is not doing that by himself. Stop it, man.
Bro, they were in playoff contention without Cat. He was out for most of the season before.
Okay, and what happened in the playoffs?
He got hurt.
He didn't help at all in the playoffs. At all.
This year he did in some games,
right.
and then what happened to him? He disappeared.
All
and
right.
again,
Ant-Man disappeared some games. And Ant-Man disappeared some games too.
1,000,000%. But we ain't
everybody disappears.
We talking about Cat. Cat is the guy that's 7 feet, #1 draft pick, was supposed to be MVP level kind of guy. He's never been that.
See, that's you.
He's never been that.
You putting sauce on it. Nobody thought he was gonna be no MVP level type of guy. I don't believe that. I never believed that.
Hold on. So
I never believed that.
So you're not shocked at this point that Karl Anthony Towns is not a top 10 player? You don't think he should have ever been a top 10 player?
No.
Coming out of college?
I'm not saying he should have never been, but I'm saying right now, no, I am not shocked. No. He's still, to me, top 15.
Top 15 what?
Playing in the NBA.
Hell no.
So who you putting in front of him? Tyrese Maxey? Who y'all putting in front of him? Halliburton? Get out of here with that.
Halliburton's definitely better than Karl Anthony Towns.
No, he not.
Oh,
no, he not.
Crazy?
No, he not.
Hold on a second. You got 12 guys in the Olympics right now better than him. All we got to do is start there. 12 guys in the Olympics right now.
And I disagree. Halliburton ain't better. Kawhi can't stay on the court. Like, let's be realistic, man. Stop it, man. Stop it. Half them guys on there was out of here in the first round. Talk about that. LeBron, AD, Curry ain't even. Stop it.
Okay. I personally feel like this guy led the New York Knicks to a playoff appearance. Julius Randle, All-NBA. He exceeded expectations. He got better every season. Karl Anthony Towns did not. I keep on saying the same thing. I don't want players like that around who are not willing to get better. Karl Anthony Towns is not willing to get better. He keeps settling for whatever talent he has. Shooting 3-pointers. As soon as the first thing everybody said was, yo, you need to go to the paint and start operating from there, and then you work your way out. It doesn't make sense. $55 million, bro? That is insane. $55 million for what?
Everybody's contract is insane, bro. Like, come on, man. Everybody's contract's insane. And then I'm looking at the chat, dude. Kawhi's a top 5 player. Yeah, when he's healthy. And then this how you know it's personal. Cat is not better than the center in Houston. Y'all don't even know the name. Y'all don't even know his name. Clint Capella. Come on, man. Cut the jokes. It's personal.
Don't say Clint Capella.
Right. Right. Y'all don't like Cat. Just say that. Just how I say. I don't have no problem saying I don't like LeBron. Just say you don't like Cat. Not saying you, Fabian. I love all y'all in the chat. But just keep it real. It's personal. You don't like him for whatever reason. Okay, cool. But he's still a 7-footer that can post you up, that can knock down a 3-point shot, and that can spread the floor. Simple and plain. We don't have that right now.
Okay, but if we're trying to match another piece of that I really despise about that report is that we're trying to match what the Celtics are trying to do. Do not do what the Celtics are doing. They don't play like us. They are a finesse team. Porzingis brings, yes, he's a 7-footer. He brings some rim protection, but he's a 7'2" guard. I don't want that on my team. Go back to the grit and the grind. That is what's gonna get us there. This better be one of those Leon tricks where he's throwing it out to the media and he doesn't care. That's what I want to see. Don't go out there actually following through with this, Leon Rose, because it's smoke and mirrors, and I hope it's that. I hope it's what we've been talking about in the springtime. Like, yo, they just throwing names out there and all of a sudden we get Mikal Bridges.
So let me ask you a question. We go this season and we digress. Julius Randle seems like he may be a problem as far as fit, things of that nature. What do you expect us to do then? Your opinion. If we have to make a move, who are we making a move with? Because you got to remember what we did last year, this season, without Julius Randle, we was a 2 seed. We won 50 games, and we was a game away from going to the Eastern Conference Finals. This is all without Julius Randle. So we expect when he come in for us to do better, right? So it should be 50 plus. It should be 1, 2, 3, worst case scenario, 4 seed. He should be in all, like, it should get better. I'm saying if that doesn't happen and it gets worse, what do you think we should do?
Well, no, then you're right. We should have started exploring it. You got to explore trades because there's no way at that point, bro. What is your excuse? You have all the spacing in the world. RJ Barrett's not there anymore. IQ's not there anymore. There's no excuses. We got a rebounder in Josh Hart. We got Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby. You ain't got to guard that many people now on the court. When you switch, it's going to be towards the end of a shot clock because the offense is trying to trying to target you now. But it's going to take some time to go get to you if we set up the defense up the right way. So if you have all these things lined up for Julius Randle to go win and play his game and he's not performing, then how can I be upset with him in trade talks? And then once we get there, if Karl Anthony Towns comes up, I'm going to have to regrettably agree with you then and walk through that door then, cross that bridge then. But as of right now, I am all the way on the other side. I ain't paying no toll. I ain't crossing no tunnels. I'm chilling at the Garden, at the Plaza Hotel with my peoples right now, with the Nova Knicks and Julius Randle and OG Anunoby. Ain't no way possible right now I'm thinking about Karl Anthony Towns and them $55 million. I don't care about that. That's insane to me.
Listen, once again, I've said it on Knicks Rehab for how long now? I don't want to get rid of Julius Randle. I said we owe it to him to let him play out this season with the whole team fully healthy, and let's see what we should do. I think we should be meeting the Boston Celtics in the conference finals. If we do not do that, and Julius Randle's not playing at a high level, we have to think about trading him. Simple and plain. We're not trading OG. We just signed him to the max. You know we're not getting rid of Brunson. We're not getting rid of none of the Villanova guys. Let's be for real. That is the core. We have one problem and one problem only. And this year, we are going to find out if it's a good problem or a bad problem. Simple and plain. And we know who it is. Julius Randle. Julius Randle. He wouldn't be on a trade block. It wouldn't be these talks if people didn't know the type of player and person he is. So we have to see, is he going to buy in? Is he going to buy in? Is he going to do what it takes defensively, as a leader, as one of the vets on his team? Come on, man. We pushing for a chip now. Simple and plain. So, like I said, this is his audition this season to see if he's going to get that extension and stay a Knick, or we have to make a move for him. So, once again, I'm not saying trade for Cat right now, but listen, man, by the trade deadline, if your man looking shaky and it ain't looking like it's a good fit, y'all know who they going to blame. Come on, man. Let's stop acting like we don't know that. Right now, Julius Randle is auditioning right now this season to see if he's going to get that extension and stay a Knick. And I've said it last season, before we even had to go through this mess. I'm trading for Karl Anthony Towns because once again in the league, when you got a big man that can stretch the floor, those are the teams that win. Simple and plain. Look at Al Horford for Boston. That's because he can stretch the floor. They didn't even need Porzingis to win the championship. But because Al Horford could stretch the floor, you got to respect them out there at the three-point line. Look what that does for the lanes and how it opens up for guys like Drew and Brown and Tatum. Look what it did for Derek White. Like, come on, man. So just imagine a big man that can open up the floor for Bridges, DiVincenzo, Hart, and especially for Brunson to now have the space to do whatever he wants. Come on, man. We got to think. I'm talking basketball. I ain't talking being a diehard Knicks fan. I ain't talking about having love for Julius Randle. I'm talking about we need to try to win a championship. If you don't like Cat, cool. Who else would y'all have in mind? We are not trading for Giannis, KD. Guys like that have to come over there. You're not trading for them guys.
But I think you added a caveat to all that. If Julius Randle is not playing well, then this story changes for me. Because what I've seen in January, it's not promised that Cat can bring that to the game. That's just from what I've seen so far. I don't like his game because he's made himself a third option for me. Julius Randle, I've said the same thing about him for years. He's a third option, and the Knicks have made him so. I love that. You had OG, Mikal Bridges, and that, so now at times it looks like, oh, Julius Randle ain't got to have the pressure of being a first or second option. He can play first or second option whenever he kind of feels like or shows up.
Right, but Randle was a number one option by default. Let's be realistic.
Yes, totally agree.
So him being the third option is super legit.
Yes.
I'm just saying we have to put our feelings to the side, and then I see the chat, Cat is soft. I don't care how soft he is. We got enough tough guys on the team. Brunson, DiVincenzo, Hart, OG, Bridges. Everybody ain't got to be tough. Miss me with that. He's a good basketball player, and he's 7 foot. He's 7 foot.
So you think with Cat coming here, he comes to the Knicks and he gets the Midas touch, the Nova touch?
It's a no-brainer. Everybody else gets it. Why wouldn't he get it? And once again, as soft as he is, Anthony Davis is soft. They won a championship, whether we want to respect the bubble chip or not. What makes somebody so tough? I don't care about that. Do your job. Do your job.
I don't think he does his job.
I disagree. I disagree.
When it's time to beat Cat in the playoffs, he's not doing that. And Anthony Davis has put on MVP caliber performances in the playoffs. We didn't see that from Cat.
Julius Randle, what did he do in the last 2 playoffs?
Nothing. Nothing.
Since Cat is so soft, what did Julius Randle do in the last 2 playoffs? Oh, he wasn't there. I watched Cat help Minnesota win a couple games this season against Denver Nuggets, against the best player in the NBA, against the former champions. Like, come on, man. Put the feelings to the side. Put the feelings to the side.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. No, wait. I can't. It's not just feelings. It's not emotional. It's what I see from him. It's something I don't want around my team at all. At all. He's not going to show up when it matters most. He was working with Tibbs. Tibbs didn't like him. He beefed with Tibbs. Butler punked him. You let these other guys, Butler kept punking him until Anthony Edwards showed up and stepped to him. We seen it live on TV. It's not just some narrative. He's soft.
Butler, the same guy that they said Wiggins and all of them is soft, right? What Wiggins do in Golden State? Won a championship while Jimmy Butler's still running around trying to be tough. Who cares? Who cares? All these tough guys is running they good players out the league. Draymond Green, tough self. Look what he did to Kevin Durant. Now look at Clay. Where Jimmy Butler at right now? Yeah, all that toughness. Get out of here with that, man. Get out of here with that.
Got him to two finals appearances.
Yeah,
Cat hasn't been to any of that.
What it got him now?
Hasn't sniffed it. And everybody you just mentioned is nowhere near as talented as Cat. Man, why is Jimmy Butler outperforming Cat? That's crazy.
Cat was 4 games away from getting to a finals.
Yeah, okay, but he won that as the lead dog. Jimmy Butler did as a lead dog. Andrew Wiggins went to Golden State and switched his whole game up.
All right,
with the bully himself, Draymond Green. Again, Ant-Man has gone to Minnesota and switched everything around, and we still see glimpses of who Cat is. He was, come on, man, with the stupid jump hook shots over the Joker and everything, settling for 3-point shots, and everyone was saying the same thing. I thought I was bugging. It's really on Cat. The same thing I said about Tatum with Boston. You can't settle Jason Tatum, and he didn't in terms of driving and kicking, but he still settles, and you got Jaylen Brown there helping you out. He got a squad with him. Maybe to your point, he is missing our squad, but I ain't trying to take that chance, man. That's how much I dislike his game. Just settling like that, just like early Dirk. Dirk is way better than Cat, but he was soft. He got exposed time and time again until he came through against the Miami Heat. It wasn't up until then that we respected Dirk for real. Because everything else was, how you let Steven Jackson check you? How you let Udonis Haslem check you? Nobody should check you. You are Dirk Nowitzki, 7 feet. We ain't never seen nothing like this. And it took him years to get over the hump. But I ain't trying to help Cat do that. We got our guy. I'm rooting for Julius Randle. Be the Broadway bully that he should be. I don't want him here, man. AllBall's getting me fucking angry right now. What? Who? Out of nowhere, from the sidelines of Queens. Turbo's in the building.
What up? What up?
Turbo. What up, Turbo?
What up? What up, my guys? What's popping? What's popping?
What's popping with this hot mess of an argument AllBall's putting up, Cat? You want to see Karl Anthony Towns in the blue and orange?
Y'all both made great points. Both made great points. But I'm not mad if y'all get Cat.
Oh, hold on, Kurt. You might have to come in and jump back out, Turbo. Your mic. Maybe I can fix your
Oh,
mic.
hold on. Let me turn down the volume.
Or maybe that's that Cat microphone. That's what happens when you keep want to rock with Cat. That's what happens. You don't mind
now?
the cat in the garden? I mean,
You might
go ahead.
have to jump in and jump back out. It's like sounding real staticky.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real
All
bad.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
They said put headphones on.
See, until Turbo get fixed up. See, my thing is, once again, I'm not saying get rid of Julius Randle now and trade for Cat. I'm saying let's see what happens, because I could be dead wrong. Julius Randle could play great basketball, and we could be in the finals. So once again, I'm not saying get rid of Julius Randle right now and trade him for Cat. I said this last season because, like I said, it made sense. And this is before we had OG, Mikal Bridges. This is before the ascendance of Hartenstein, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo. So remember, it was before all of that. But now seeing what we have in acquiring Mikal Bridges, signing OG, things of that nature, okay, now we legit. Now it's no excuse for Julius Randle or nobody on the team. He deserves that opportunity. So once again, I'm not saying trade him right now for Cat. I'm just saying if it starts looking shaky, we have to explore our options. And we need a big man. And the only big man that's probably going to be available is Cat. What, we going to go get Brook Lopez? Like, come on, let's be realistic. What other big man? We going to go get Clint Capella? He doesn't stretch the floor, even though I would love him on the team. So it's like, what other big men? We know the big men right now, that's the legit guys. You got Embiid, you got Anthony Davis, you got Cat, you got the Joker. All the other guys offensively is not skilled like that. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't want us. You can hear me?
Yeah. I think that changes everything. You're right.
Right.
I agree with that part. We were talking about that because it's like you can't sit here and talk about like that's not a possibility. When the pressure's on, we've seen Julius Randle does not show up. So it's possible that the pressure's going to be on coming into the season and he doesn't live up to it. And then we got to talk about, listen, we got to take this next step. You either with us or you're not. Hold on, how come we can't see my people in here?
And for me, go ahead, say something, Turbo.
So, can you hear me?
No, now it's lower. See if you could Turbo, see if you could change. There's a microphone setting. See if you could change. That's you? Go ahead, Turbo.
I ain't saying nothing.
Oh no, it sounds like way too low.
Yeah, man. You know, like I said, man, I think I said this a while ago. Us as being diehard Knicks fans, we got to be careful. You know, remember I made the joke where it was like, we love John Starks so much that some of us probably would have said, I wouldn't trade John Starks for Michael Jordan. We got to be careful with that. We have to be careful with that. And that's what we're doing with Julius Randle. We have to be careful with that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. I remember when I was when I first became a Knicks fan, I was in 6th grade, right when we go to the championship. But they had just lost X-Man, Michael Jordan just retired. And there was a rumor that John Starks was going to be traded for Latrell Sprewell, and people were mad about it. And I was like, are you crazy? I just started watching basketball, and I'm like, I'm taking him. He looks like everybody else, tough and looks crazy. He's way more. He's a nutcase just like John Starks, but he's way better than John Starks. Hold on a second.
Big Flea, never the little one.
What? What an intro.
He's in the building or what?
He's in the building off camera, and he has his microphone on, got his Abby up, but you know, is he still mad at me from yesterday? Yo, Shout out to the comments on fire. I've never seen y'all go machine gun funk out here and just shoot us with so many comments. It's so many. I don't know how I'm gonna read them. I haven't had my coffee yet, but I'll try. I don't know if we get yo, Flea, you trying to talk? Big Flea. We don't hear you if you're talking, brother.
And then remember, if we do acquire Cat, he only got to deal with one big man in the East, and that's Embiid. Look at what he was having to deal with in the West. With Wemby, Chet, AD, Joker. Then you got, the all the teams with the young guys that's flying around, even with Clint Capella, and that's remember, he come over to the East. Man, listen, what Shaq say? Barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
Who you got to deal with? Miles Turner? Jared Allen? Come on, man. He might be an MVP candidate. He come over here with us. You kidding me? Ain't nobody looking at that neither.
You bring up great points that I have to shoot down. He's just to compare him to Porzingis right now. He's been somewhat of a defensive presence that Porzingis was at his peak. But even now, Porzingis is he's pretty reliable on defense when he's healthy. That's something you can rely on. That's you, Flea?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, man. You sound like, whoa, what's up with the
I
came with the Barry White? What?
Nah, that's the listen. That's the Flino Brown right there.
Somebody said something wrong. Yo, AllBall. Yeah. I don't know who he's gonna pull.
He said $1 million business, reduce the shrevels.
Good morning, fellas. What's good?
Good morning.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's the word? We got a lot of action.
You know the word. I want to get your side of this before we move on to the next topic. What do you think about Karl Anthony Towns, Julius Randle being traded for Karl Anthony Towns, Knicks fan TV? I don't know. I'm thinking he has an inside scoop, and that's how they feel that Minnesota wants a salary dump, and the Knicks are looking to get the stretch five or the stretch five style of offense, and he's going to be the perfect player to compete and to copy the Boston Celtics. That's what he said. So, what do you think about that?
I don't want us to get in this thing about just trying to beat Boston. We got to be ready to beat. We got to be ready to beat everybody.
Love you, Flea. Yeah, Flea. Let's go.
I think Minnesota built their team to beat Denver, and then they forgot that there's some other teams that you got to match up against. There's some other teams that you got to scheme for, and so you focus on one team because you want to get over that hurdle. Toronto couldn't beat LeBron and the Cavaliers for years, and that weighs over you. And so now you're trying to figure out ways to beat that one team that you can't get over the hump. The Knicks don't even need to get into that space. We can compete with everybody. I go back and forth. I heard what OG was saying about getting in this position where we're too shy to bust our gun, right? We too shy to say, all right, let's make the move because we love Julius Randle so much. I don't think it's so much loving Julius Randle. I'm just saying we're doing the right things with small tweaks. Right. Karl Anthony Towns is a big tweak. Karl Anthony Towns changes how our offense operates. Karl Anthony Towns changes how we defend. He changes everything for us. So if we want to do that, okay, but we got to be ready to adjust everything. We got to be ready to lose 8 to 10 games in a row just because we're trying to figure shit out. Like, that's stuff we got to think about. And the way we are as Knicks fans, the great product that we've been putting out over the last 2-3 seasons, I don't think we're in a position to be patient to have to take steps back because we want to add a Karl Anthony Towns. I don't think we're a better team if we add Cat. That's how I feel.
Let AllBall respond to that because Flea, we know when we disagree, we go crazy. But when we agree, man, you like my dark-skinned twin brother. Get AllBall out of here. You annihilated his whole argument right now. And there was no Nino Brown. That was straight ether. He ethered you.
Great point, right? But let's not forget what I've been saying. I'm not saying trade for Cat right now. I'm not saying that, and I never said that. Remember, when I was big on that, pause, last season, this is before OG, Mikal Bridges, and like I said, the ascendance and the greatness of Hart and DiVincenzo. I'm saying, to me, Julius Randle, this upcoming season, this is his audition. We seen what we look without you. Now, are you going to be that piece that's going to get us over the hump? If you're not going to be that piece that's going to get us over the hump, because Fleet, bringing in Julius Randle now is also a big piece that's going to change everything. So I'm not saying it's as big of a piece as Cat, but we now got to figure out a way to fit Julius Randle in as well. And my thing is, if it doesn't work out and it starts looking shaky, we have to start thinking about trading him. Now, does it have to be Cat? No. But I'm just saying, what do we do if it starts looking shaky going into the All-Star break where, the trade deadline is coming up? What should we do?
I already have evidence that Julius Randle could play with OG, could play with Jalen Brunson. Like, we already have evidence that we can play really well with Julius Randle on the floor.
Yes.
This notion that he's gonna come back and mess things up. That's how I know, not you, OG, but that's how I know the people that are making those comments, they just don't like Julius. They just don't like him. So now it's, when he comes back, he's just gonna, for lack of better words, fuck things up. The chemistry, how we look. But we were fine. We were fine before he got hurt. Why do y'all forget that? That pisses me off. Why do y'all forget we were fine before he got hurt? We were playing the best basketball in the NBA. Why is that missing y'all when we think about how that happened, the timeline of everything? We have to reingratiate him, yes, but we got to stop acting like we weren't a 15-1 team through a whole month playing great basketball with those three guys on the basketball court. Yes, I'm not going to say it's not going to take some time, but can we not act like we got to ingratiate everybody? Mikal Bridges, what role do you play? How are we going to stagger lineups? Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, y'all got used to playing starting minutes. You niggas are going back to the bench now. How does that affect the team? Like, there's a lot of things that are going to affect how we play next year, not just bringing back our 3-time All-Star. Like, there's some other things that I think we got to worry about.
Now, we're on the same side of that, Flea. Just wholeheartedly, 100%, we're going with Julius Randle into the season, and we expect him to do great. But AllBall does bring up a great point. It's not like it's out of the realm for Julius Randle to clamp up under pressure, period. So if that does happen, if that does take place, who do we see as a replacement? Number one, do we look for a replacement? And number two, who do we see in that replacement field? I think Flea has muted himself.
No, I was waiting for OG. I didn't want to cut him off.
That was his point. That's the point I want to highlight. Is that okay? Great, we all agree, because even AllBall agrees he was excited about the Cat talk. He's been talking about Cat, but still, is Randle? He has shown us otherwise. And if he does show us otherwise, do we look for a replacement? If so, who?
Well, I mean, like I said at the beginning, I'm not opposed to Cat. I just think that that's a big move to make right now, and if we do it, we got to be ready to take a step back before we go forward. That's just my point with him.
Right. But would you be more ready to do so if we do start off, on a bad foot? If it's halfway through the season, we're like, this is not what we expected. Hey, Randle, this is not what we want. Would it be easier to go, okay, I'm going to entertain that Cat thing a little more?
All right, let me just be honest. I'm not very high on Cat. Let me just stop. Let me just stop.
Thank you.
I'm not very high. I'm not very high on Cat. I think he's a really, really good. I think he's a really, really good player, but I don't think he possesses anything about him, his approach to the game, how he plays the game, all of that says nothing that it matches our culture, our Knicks style, how we approach. It says nothing. Nostalgic Nick, shut the hell up. All right, let me say this out loud. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. You my guy, but shut the hell up. I've been trying to be nice to you. Shut the hell up. I've been trying to be nice.
That's why I leave them comments alone.
It's enough now. It's enough now. It's enough now. It's enough now. We love everybody, but shut the hell up. It's enough.
He's crying. Look at just say you don't like him. Hold on. Is that AllBall's? Burner account?
I don't know.
That was legendary. Big shout out.
Big shout out to Nostalgic Nick, man. We love Nostalgic
That's
Nick.
a drop for you, Nostalgic Nick. Shut the hell up. We can't hear him.
We rock with Nostalgic. It's
that's
love.
all day. You crazy?
Come on. It's love.
All
It's
love.
love.
Nostalgic. Hell yeah.
It's love. It's all love. It's all love.
But Flea, Fabian, all I'm saying is this, right?
What you got, OG?
This upcoming season, the pressure is on.
Right.
We have championship aspirations now. We building a team that people are saying we're right there. I'm just saying we cannot come out slow. We cannot come out flat-footed. We got to come out like gangbusters.
Okay.
And that's all I'm saying. Whether it's going to be Randall's fault, Mitch's fault, whoever fault, I'm saying right now there's no more excuses. We have a legit team. This is the first time in a long time that we have a legit top 3 team in the East. That we can say when the odds come out, we should be a top 3 team. So for me,
I'm sorry.
I just need us to play how we know how to play from last season.
I'm sorry, I'm being too silly, AllBall.
And that's my thing. It doesn't have to be Julius Randle's fault. I'm saying there's no more excuses. The pressure's on. We cannot come out from being a 2 seed winning 50 games and guys in the MVP race and all-stars and guys having career years.
Got to add to that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right. So
I agree.
The pressure's on everybody, not only Randle, but everybody. So I just need us to come out on fire and play like how we played this past season and make that leap. That's all.
The pressure might really be on Nostalgic Nick because official payback said that was Big Flea, not the little one.
I love everybody, man.
Yo, I love y'all in the chat, man. Share, like, comment, subscribe. You know you love us.
Great.
You know you love us.
Y'all look great, man. Y'all look great.
You got Flea out of character at 8 a.m. It's 8 a.m. in Houston.
Come on. They don't do that. I usually don't get there. OG usually has to walk me back. Like, all right, Flea, relax now. Calm down. Yeah. So we pivoted from Walker Kessler. We said the hell with Walker Kessler. We're gonna go after Cat. That's what we said.
Nah, we just going with the Bochinche, dog. What do you mean? That's
gotcha.
The rumor we're gonna talk about. If anybody got a problem with that, could go. Somebody in here, what's my guy from earlier? He said, nah, don't worry. He said, oh, you clickbaiting again? I said, here you go. But you in the chat, right? And he goes, yeah, I'm just trying to be a rock in your shoe. I said, oh. Corey Lee, that's who it was. Just putting a rock in your shoe.
A rock in your shoe is crazy.
Let me find out he practiced that. He couldn't wait to say that.
A rock in your shoe is crazy.
So real quick, we talk about all the pressure being on the players. I think the front office has taken a lot of pressure on themselves, even though they continue to take on pressure by, a new trade rumor every day. But shout out to AllBall. Craig Carlton is a New York City radio legend at this point. I looked up his history. He's been amazing. And he had a run with, Boomer and Carlton, and then he got locked up, but he came home and he's back with a vengeance.
That's show, right. Carlton did sit down.
Yeah. He had Kenny Anderson on his show. That show is starting to gain some steam. It's on FS1. Watch out, Skip Bayless and Nick Wright, bunch of bums. Because this guy, he's a legend out here. But he had to say about who has the most pressure on the New York Knicks right now. This is Flea. You know who this is, Flea.
Big Flea. The biggest Flea.
And Hart and DiVincenzo. Jay Wright.
Say it again.
I ain't taking credit for this. The biggest Flea. My dad been calling for this for the last 5 years. He said, yo.
OG Flea.
OG Flea has said, yo, before we even had the Nova game, this is before we even had the game, he was like, we need Jay Wright. I said, Jay Wright? Jay Wright, we need Jay Wright. I said, I got to let me sleep on that. Finish the video. I'm sorry.
No, I think that was pretty much it.
Oh, that
He
was
said
it. Okay.
Jay Wright, and he's sitting on. But for him to say exactly what we said, that means you watching us. Number one, somebody's watching us and gave you and fed you that. Craig Carlton. We know how this works. Shout out to Champ. We know how this works. All ball. I don't know which one you got to go first. I know it's 9 o'clock.
Nah, I want to hear OG first on this one.
All ball. What do you think about Tom Thibodeau having the most pressure on him compared to everybody else? Because Jay Wright is waiting in the wings. They get retired. He's the get retired, apparently, according to Craig Carlton from FS1.
Wow. This is tricky, man.
Tricky.
This is tricky because Tom Thibodeau grew on me, man. Pause. Remember, I'm not a big Tom Thibodeau fan.
Right.
But, of course, there's some pressure on him. But to me, he's done a hell of a job since he's been here. So I don't put as much pressure on him as I put on OG, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. OG because he got the max. Julius Randle because, when he gets in the playoffs, he's injured or doesn't play well. And Mitchell Robinson not being able to stay healthy. So I'm going to be honest. I think Tom Thibodeau's job is secure. Now, would Jay Wright be cool? Yeah, that'd be a cool move. But I'm not. Listen, man, this is y'all know me, how I feel about Tom Thibodeau. I think he earned the trust and respect of the city, the team, the organization. Jay Wright is legendary. But I don't think this has nothing to do with Tom Thibodeau. Everybody knows how he's gonna coach. He ain't gonna coach different. He's gonna practice hard, pause. He's gonna have his guys play hard, pause. But the pressure is on OG. He got what he wanted, y'all.
Ooh.
He got what he wanted. OG got the max, y'all. So we ain't gonna try to sway this and put this on Tom Thibodeau. No. No, we not doing that because now we looking for a reason to get rid of Tom Thibodeau. See, we can't have it both ways. When I'm looking for a reason to get rid of Julius Randle, y'all kill me for it. But now we're gonna do the same thing to Tom Thibodeau, who held it down for us through thick and thin. So for me, I like the Jay Wright move, but I don't think Tom Thibodeau has done anything for his job to be in jeopardy. I think OG has the biggest pressure. Then come Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson. I'm sorry. I think that's where the pressure is at, y'all. I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm crazy.
Oh, my God. Follow that up, Flea, because Jesus Christ. I wish OG Flea was here to hear that.
I'm not turning on Tibbs or trying to say it's time for Tibbs to move on. But let's call a spade, man. This is the NBA. It's always about what have you done for me lately. It's always about what I always say, upgrading, getting better. And the longest tenured head coaches have championships. Go look at the coaches that have kept their jobs the longest in the league currently today. All of them have a championship. So yeah, Tibbs has made he's given himself a lot of space to grow as our coach. I don't want to fire him, but we're not about to act like Tibbs is untouchable now. And how dare us even think about upgrading the coach? No, this is basketball talk.
Hold on, Flea, stay there. Hold on.
Yep.
I think Tibbs is untouchable. Right? Now hold on. Is Jay Wright an upgrade from Tom Thibodeau right now? Your opinion?
My opinion is he an upgrade if we currently with this roster, is he an upgrade?
Is Jay Wright as a head coach for the Knicks an upgrade from Tom Thibodeau?
I don't know. And I say that because that dude has no professional head coaching experience. So that's irresponsible for me to say yes, that upgrade. But it's in a unique situation. He'd be coming in coaching guys that he's already led to championships before. So it makes it different. This is not similar like any other situation. It would be a very different situation. So I don't know. That's a hard way to answer that question.
And Flea, I'm gonna be very honest. It's very rare that the college coaches come over and be great NBA head coaches. I'm not saying Jay Wright won't be able to do it, but a lot of them guys come over and they seem to be regular. They don't seem to be that special. But I honestly think at this point, and me saying this sounds crazy, Tom Thibodeau's untouchable right now as the Knicks head coach, bro. I think the city fell in love with him. The players fell in love with him. The organization fell in love with him. And like I said, he grew on everybody. And I think he earned his respect. And I never was a Tom Thibodeau fan, but I think what he's done, and as far as with the big man, and remember, everybody under Tom Thibodeau's watch, look at what they do. They become great players and MVP candidates or MVPs. So listen, man, it's tough. It's tough.
First of all, let's read our super chats. You know what I'm saying? We got to get to the super chats first because they keeping it 1,000 out here. To our guy Isaiah Jackson, not playing any games. I think it's a bad look on the organization to get Randall while we were trash and trade him once we were good. Stars ain't gonna want to come here. Disagree with that, Isaiah Jackson. We just turned all of that around. But this one, we literally got Tibbs his players. This makes no sense. Well, that's the exact reason why I think Tibbs has the most pressure on him. Right? I think, how can we think otherwise? We got his players here. You know whose players we also got? Jay Wright. These are Jay Wright's players. And he said he quit. We saw Dan Hurley flirt with the Lakers, but that Lakers organization, as AllBall put it, there's a whole free agent list that deny the Lakers this offseason. Why? Because they're a hot mess over there. They're nothing but a reality TV show. Meanwhile, we got the real deal going on this side of town. We got the real deal, how to build an organization, how to really go after a championship, how to build culture for real. Jay Wright is a part of this culture. He helped create these guys as well. Don't get me wrong. Brunson's the face of it. Even Jay Wright is shocked by Brunson's success. Everybody is. AllBall threw that curveball, though. He threw the curveball. OG, thank you for reminding me because I almost forgot. He's the play, not Randall. OG Anunoby has the most pressure on him as far as players go. You better show up this year. You better show up for 60 games. You better not be limping around at any point in time. Don't show me you limping around. You better be terminated out there. You want to be Kawhi 2.0. If that's your legacy. But that being said, you know how I felt about Tibbs this in the playoffs, man. I didn't like his strategy against the Philadelphia 76ers. He did not play Ochua. He did not have a plan B and C. He didn't. And if you go into a season with your players like that, there's no excuses. Even with your players, 9-man rotation, whatever it is, I better not see them out there the wrong way. We're going to call you out immediately. Immediately, that's what we're going to do. I don't know what Tibbs is going to do. For me, it's definitely a lot of pressure. That's the first person I'm looking at because I believe we had all the pieces in January. I still think we have all the pieces. I think we all believe they're championship team at this point. And Tibbs has to prove himself as a head coach. This is not just the New York pressure that's on him. This is his career pressure on him. He's been folding as far as a head coach. This has been following him over here. He has a lot of pressure on him. Is he built for this? Is he built to win a championship? He, along with these Nova Knicks, have been painted as championship contenders, but more so, he has had a longer career. Are you this guy? Three Coaches of the Year awards. He won a championship with the Boston Celtics as a defensive coordinator or defensive coach. But where is it at as a head coach? Are you D'Antoni of the defensive coaches out here? There's a lot of pressure on him, and I think he's the one that's going to face it all, ball Flea. I thought you want to jump in there, Flea. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear y'all.
Oh, wow. You can't hear me at all?
Yeah, I'll fix it. Hold on.
All right. Yeah, I think all the pressures on Tom Thibodeau more so than OG and everybody, because for me, AllBall made a great point. That contract puts you on a different level now, OG. You are now on the same level as Jalen Brunson. You took more money than the face of the organization.
Talk to him.
So I agree with that. Like we talked about this. We know Jalen Brunson came into New York and his pops told him, go watch this Derek Jeter documentary. That's who you got to model yourself after in that town. They won't touch you after that. This is how you answer them questions. Don't be talking to the referee too much. The fans ain't gonna like all that. This is a serious basketball fan base. So OG, you see how Jalen Brunson operates. He escapes a lot of our critiques and everything because he plays well, number one, and number two, he's not saying the wrong things. You do have to be careful and be an MC out here too. You're gonna have to be the slickest, or don't say nothing like Kawhi. But you see, we're turning up on Kawhi now too. Enough is enough. You better not be Kawhi 2.0 without the ring. The ringless Kawhi, we don't want that. We don't want that. But that being said, oh boy, I still believe as much pressure as there is on OG, for me, it's more for Tibbs. This is his career on the line. You got a championship caliber team by everybody's account. And if you can't get us to the conference championship and then the championship, and it can't be your fault. That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody blaming Spoelstra for nothing. Ain't nobody blaming Mike Malone for nothing right now. Ain't nobody blaming Joe Mazzulla right now because he won. He got the one up over Ime now. He figured it out. Now there's no more questioning Joe Maz over there in Boston, how them Bostonians call him. I don't think giving a contender team a college coach makes sense. Tibbs has a playoff experience. Wright has none. That's true.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Don't do that to Ime. They didn't give Ime Drew Holiday and Porzingis. So let's not do that.
I'm just saying, as far as right now. I get
what you're saying, though.
Yeah, Joe Mazzulla had the pressure on him. Shout out to you, Isaiah Jackson. I appreciate you, man. Look at this, man. $5, $2. He's out here throwing it up for showing the love, baby. Let's go, Isaiah Jackson.
Love, yes.
But that's how you get rid of that stench. Tibbs has that on him more so than OG, old boy. That's what I'm saying. It's not just the Knick tenure. He has the Minnesota and Chicago Bulls tenure on him too, or the stench on him. What you think about that?
I mean, honestly, I disagree. I think that stench is gone. What Tom Thibodeau did with the Knicks these last 4 seasons. First season, you go to the playoffs. Second season, your top guy gets hurt. So, of course, you don't expect much. Third and fourth season, back-to-back playoffs, second round. This season, one of the best seasons the Knicks had in how long? He had under his watch, MVP candidate, All-NBA player, All-Star. Look what Hartenstein, Deuce, and DiVincenzo and Josh Hart turned into. This is under his watch. Now you got teams looking to want to take Precious. This is under his watch. He just revived, what's the point guard that just went to Miami? Burks. He just revived Burks' career. This is under Tom Thibodeau's watch. So that stench everybody talking about, that stench is over. That stench is over. I'm not saying there ain't no pressure on him, but it's not his fault if guys can't stay healthy. It's not his fault that OG gets hurt with non-contact injuries. So no, I'm not, like I said, he definitely deserves pressure, but I don't think he gets nowhere near as much pressure as OG. OG, you got what you wanted. Remember, you're the missing piece. Everybody say with you, including you, Fabian. You said all we needed was OG to be title contenders. True or false? So, nah, man, we not gonna sit here and try to put it all on the coach. And we giving the players what they want. Now they gotta show and prove. Simple. So yeah, I get what you're saying, but nah, I'm not doing that to Tom Thibodeau. Nope. He proved that he could be a great head coach for this organization. He stuck it out with us. And come on, man, look at us now. We talking titles now. That's under his watch.
Well, Flea asked. All ball with the counterpunch.
And let me just say this. Coincidentally, that was the first concert I ever went to in my life.
What?
First concert I ever went to in my life was to see Janet Jackson.
I wish I saw Janet Jackson. Oh my God.
Yep.
Yo, yep. AllBall, how was that when that I hate to do that to you. I always say I got more gray hairs than AllBall. But when that, do you remember when that dropped?
Of course. Come on, man.
Yeah, how was that? That was Janet became this. She's not Penny no more.
Ain't Penny no more.
I'm gonna be honest. When Miss You Much and Rhythm Nation and all that came out, Lord have mercy. Listen, man, she took over, bro. She took over the world as everything.
I wasn't old enough to understand.
Flea, that's when she separated herself from her brother. Remember, everybody was connected to Mike. Everybody was successful because of Mike. That's when she separated herself and became Janet Jackson, not the sister of Michael Jackson and the Jackson Fives.
Okay.
Lord have mercy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, Flea, we got a Lord have mercy of the day. You know what that means. Janet.
Come on,
Janet,
now. Lord have mercy.
Hold on. That Janet thickness. See, people forget who Janet is.
Hold on.
They forget who Janet is.
And I'm gonna say this. And Janet with that top position. Oh man, don't get us started. With that reverse cow. Lord,
come on. She's the queen of that shit. She's the queen.
Wait. See, I'm sorry. I hate to do this to y'all.
The Rhythm Nation move reverse cowgirl? What?
Great work. Great work.
God. Y'all are terrible.
Great work.
Now look, am I crazy? Because I don't want this hive on us right now. But the name rhymes with Beyoncé. I'm not saying her name because I don't want them on me, right? They say she's the greatest performer of all time. She just leapfrog Janet like that?
That's a great discussion. Oh, that's a great discussion.
Listen, here's the thing. I have some older people who, and not like maybe slightly over y'all, who have said, Beyonce is amazing.
Fellas, that's a great discussion.
Amazing.
Who's the better performer, Janet?
In terms of performance, I've never seen her perform, so I can't say. But they say Beyonce, in terms of performing, is top tier.
Gonna lie, Rhythm Nation, Janet Jackson. Listen, Mike's sister. It's a discussion. It's a discussion.
See, and I hate to, because Janet, shout out to KG, because KG's a big R&B dude. He put me on to like the Janet Jackson R&B list. Her R&B is no joke. Janet got the Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis in her prime. Janet to me is like, wait a minute, I don't know, we just leapfrog Janet like that for real? That's my girl, man. I love Janet Jackson. Janet. Oh, whoa. Uh-oh.
Two songs.
I might get my camera kicked off right now. Janet Jackson. He said, Janet who? Like, no, Janet Jackson. Isaiah Jackson. Speaking of the Jacksons, Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah, great segue. Get out of here.
Also think of the guys that Tibbs has developed, which were two guys who were AllBall was saying, bro, because it's man, it's just true. I don't know if you heard that part, Flea, because I was saying OG has the pressure on him because of the contract. I agree with AllBall with that, and I was saying Tibbs, his whole career, he has to top that. He has a stench on him from the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Chicago Bulls, but AllBall's counter is that stench is long gone. He got that New York spray on him, that New York cologne on him, because everybody has overachieved with us, including Alec Burks getting his contract in Miami. Once you brought up Alec Burks, I said, oh, dear Lord, I have no counter to that. OG, you are number one right now. You have the most pressure on you out of anybody in the organization. What do you think about that, Flea?
I think, I don't know if I'm using the word pressure, but if we're gonna talk about who has pressure, yeah, you just signed a $200 million deal. You completely changed how we look defensively. You took us up another notch. So yeah, I think there's some pressure to show up. You have this stench on you right now that you a nigga that don't know how to show up for work. Right? You when we show up at the time clock, where are you? You're never there. So yeah, like I think that's showing up. I think somebody said, I don't know if it was you or OG, I think somebody said, is this guy going to play 60 games this year? Can we get him committed to even be eligible for postseason awards? Like, I want to see the guy out there. And if the guy is out there, we have a great chance of doing what we did this past season, probably even better.
LB so wavy. I didn't see the link that you sent. Did you throw it in the chat? And if so, remember we have Twitter and Instagram in the link. Maybe try sending it in there so we can see it because I don't see anything. Damn. Nah, Janet got me in a different mode right now. Jesus Christ. Woo! What my guys say? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy is official. I don't know if you guys got 10 more minutes.
Yeah, I got about 5-10 more minutes till about 9:30.
Right. You certainly do, because it is roast to the most time. Here he goes. He's at it again. The fakest of the fakes. New York Knicks fan. Stephen ain't is back at it again.
Oh my God.
DK, the 76ers are better than the Knicks. And they haven't even played a game together yet, the newfound crew.
Paul George, if Embiid is healthy, there's no excuses. Embiid on one leg averaged 35 against the Knicks. On one leg. We know how big time Embiid is. We know that Tyrese Maxey is special. Brother got $204 million extension.
Oh
I felt sorry for him. He deserved more. I know that's the max they could give him, but I'm just talking about his greatness. He deserved more. I know they couldn't give him more, but he deserved more. If Paul George...
Them jeans and that shirt is terrible with that chain. I'm just saying.
Maxey, Embiid, and Paul George, as much as I love my Knicks, orange and blue skies, baby, they don't come before Philly and Boston. We know Boston's on another level. They the champions. They the reigning defending champions, and we'll see what happens with them. But Embiid with Maxey and Paul George, yes, I believe in that. That's big.
Shout out to Udonis Haslam. Yeah, that's the OG show. Him and Mike Miller. Mike Miller is he underrated at this point? Oh boy, he's probably rated.
Mike Miller?
Yeah.
Overrated as far as what?
Not overrated. Is he underrated?
As far as what?
Like we forgot. Like if he played in this era, we're gonna be talking about him differently because he could handle the rock. He could shoot. He played for Florida, I think it was.
Mike Miller was cool. I mean, I don't have nothing good or bad to say about Mike Miller. He was a good basketball player. I'm not gonna go crazy over him and you know what I mean? I'm not doing none of that. To me, he's not overrated or underrated. He definitely was a good NBA player. But we ain't doing that.
What do you feel about what Stephen A. Smith said about Philadelphia leapfrogging the Knicks out of nowhere?
I'm being honest, man. Stephen A. Smith got to be. Listen, get him off the screen. That outfit is horrendous. So for one, he talking about Tyrese Maxey's a special player. We have a special player also in Jalen Brunson. So miss me with the Maxey deserves more. Why? What did he do? Was he MVP candidate? Did he get his team to the second round in one game from being to the conference finals? What is he talking about? So for me, it's this dude is just terrible, man. This dude is just terrible. He's not a Knicks fan, never was a Knicks fan. And I think at this point, we need to stop even paying attention to him. Like, let's stop calling him a Knicks fan. Simple and plain. He goes with the wave, he goes with what's hot. What makes them better than us? We beat them. Okay, they added Paul George. We added Mikal Bridges. And we added Julius Randle. So what makes them better than us? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Nah, this dude is the worst. The worst. And it's to the point now where it's like he don't even break down basketball no more. He just looks weird on TV. He's literally just trying to become an entertainer. I don't know if he's trying to become an actor or he just want to be popular. But his breakdown of our Knicks is just sad because throughout the season, when we start looking good, watch how he jumped right on the bandwagon.
Right.
I don't know how you could be a Knicks fan and say you're putting Philly before us. How? They added one piece. We added two pieces. Make that make sense. We didn't have Julius Randle and Mikal Bridges when we played them. And we didn't have Hartenstein, if you want to be honest, because the way he got exposed was crazy.
Right.
So you're adding a Paul George who cares about podcasting more than basketball, who's injury prone. And I keep telling people, we go too crazy over these plays. Tyrese Maxey, excellent player. He ain't better than Brunson. He ain't better than Brunson. So for me, with Stephen A. Smith, man, it's hard to watch him now. Before I used to be able to actually watch him a little bit. Now, the baggy blue jeans, the nasty purple shirt, whatever that little chain is hanging out your neck, you ain't got no tank top on. Like, come on, man.
Bad work. Bad work.
Talk to him,
Bad
Flea.
work. It's just bad work, man. Tired of seeing him just goofy self on TV. Tired. He was on the OG show. I don't know if y'all watched that. But
well, we just played that clip and he was saying he got the 76ers over the Knicks, leapfrogging them out of nowhere. What do you feel about that? Because he added, Paul George and everything.
No, I don't. Well, let me say this. A healthy Joel Embiid, the series is different. I think all three of us agree on that. A healthy Embiid, that series that we won couple months back is a different series.
But Flea, stay there. Just remember,
okay.
but remember always my rebuttal is we didn't have a healthy Mitchell Robinson and we didn't have Julius Randle at all.
Right. So if we all healthy and roll the ball out there, then what, right? How does that look? I agree. We upgraded. We got better. Did Philly get better? I guess. But so did we. So it's not like we didn't do anything to counter what they did or was gonna do. So him putting Philly above us is just regular Stephen A shit. He don't really watch basketball. He's an entertainer now as opposed to a journalist or a real reporter.
Yep.
He's a joke. He's a joke to me. To me, I can't even take him. I try not to even get upset with him anymore. Because the origin of my annoyance with him is because off of face value, you feel like you should be able to relate. A brother from Queens, been grinding, seems to love the NBA, seems to be passionate about basketball, but he flip-flops and tiptoes the line a little too much for me, my liking at least, especially now. Now it's just a full-on, you're a full-on character at this point. There's no authenticity to you. Nothing. I can't tell who's who, right? And so, he loves name dropping, and I think that him name dropping, or the people that gave him the license to name drop them, do a disservice to the rest of the league and the rest of the players. Because if I got Shaq on my side and I got Michael Jordan and I got Isaiah Thomas on my quote unquote side, then everybody else doesn't matter. And those guys not currently playing. Those guys don't make up the fabric of the NBA right now. And the people that make up the fabric of the NBA right now don't fuck with you. They don't like you. The greatest of players don't rock with you. So I'm not a big fan anymore. I'm not even like all the rants on him. Nothing surprises me about him anymore. Like, he's a joke.
Yeah, he's literally wrong every take. And it goes to show you, like I said, a lot of the analysts now are just lazy analysts. They just going on what's hot, what people talking about. Nobody's doing their own work. And like I said, with him, he's literally wrong every take, to the point where it's like you don't even know what he's talking about. Now one minute he's political, one minute he's talking about things he ain't got nothing to do with. Bro, you're a sports analyst, bro. You shouldn't even be talking about OJ, God rest his soul. You shouldn't be talking about nothing but sports, bro. So with him, yeah, I agree, Flea. Super duper joke, man. Like, when they got the definition of clown, that outfit he just had on, it should be his picture with that purple shirt, them baggy blue jeans, and that little nasty necklace on his neck with nothing under. No tank top, t-shirt, none of that. Oh, man, who wear dress shirts with nothing under that joint, man? Stephen A. Smith. Come on, man. I don't trust nobody. Don't wear no undershirts under no dress shirt, man.
You're too stupid. I don't. Yeah, he's been proven not to watch games. He didn't know who Isaiah Hartenstein was. Hartenstein. People got thrown off with the Hartenstein, but that's how we talk in New York. We say New Orleans, but he just on that matter itself, because I think there's a billion people out there who they have a bunch of takes, they make a bunch of takes, and I can kill the messenger and keep the message. So let's keep the message. The Philadelphia 76ers added Paul George. So what? We don't care. They have to prove themselves. Paul George, we just talked about how Tom Thibodeau and OG Anunoby have to prove themselves. Why doesn't Paul George have to prove himself? Why doesn't Joel Embiid, the MVP, missing another playoffs, unhealthy for another playoff run, why doesn't he have to prove himself?
Ain't been out the second round yet. His whole career.
He's the only MVP who's never been to a conference finals. The only one. There's like 40 of them. That is no longer an accident. It's not coincidental. How many players have you had? Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler. The list goes on. Now you added Paul George and you got Maxey. You're on that list with the Kawhi and KD and Paul George and LeBron and them. But remember, LeBron and KD got it done. We never fail to mention that. Joel Embiid, you have to be the poster child of what not to do. You are the caution tape. Don't be that guy. Until you can be that guy, you are not allowed to be in this conversation, bro. I don't care if you score 50 points on one leg. I don't care about that. You just explained it beautifully, AllBall. Stop talking to us about if Philly's healthy. How about if we're healthy? Because we were saying that about Boston. If they're fully healthy, damn, they are a championship team. But they have to prove themselves. We didn't really believe in Boston until they smacked the Dallas Mavericks because they weren't really challenged all playoffs long. Because we weren't around. So Philly, when they get challenged, we see what happens when Joel Embiid gets challenged. All of a sudden, he got a new injury. All of a sudden, he sprains his thumb. All of a sudden, he breaks his nose. We've seen this over and over again, bro. You are Humpty Dumpty every single playoffs.
Fall under that pressure every chance he get.
Come on, man.
And let's go back last season. Everybody killed James Harden. But where was Joel Embiid game 7? Yeah, look that up. So for me, like I said, man, I'm not, listen, man, the fake Knicks fans, get him away from me. And he's at the top of the list. Lord have mercy, he's at the top of the list.
Real quick, I know we gotta run on, boss, so I'll let you react to this first. LB Wavy, one of our biggest supporters, he threw a link at us yesterday. I'm just seeing it. He just resent the link. He wanted us to react to this take from it's on TikTok. This is the best Philly take I've heard since the Paul George trade. Hold on, what happened here?
I would not wish being a fan of an unserious franchise on my worst enemy, because I'm going to tell you what the 2024-2025 season is going to look like for the Philadelphia 76ers. From November to like half of January, you guys are going to be the 3rd seed, the 4th seed. Trying to figure out a way to plug and play Paul George is going to be a lot because it's going to take away shots from Embiid and Maxey, but y'all going to figure it out. From February to March, you guys are going to be the 1st seed, 2nd seed. But keep in mind, the end of February to the beginning of March, Embiid is going to go down. And you know what's going to happen? Y'all are going to still be able to keep on holding on, right? But here's the thing. By the end of March, you guys are going to be the 6th or the 7th seed. In the month of April, Paul George is going to do his best MVPG season, right? In the month of April, they're going to be saying, oh, can Paul George lead them to the promised land? Paul George this, Paul George that. I don't think he's going to get injured, but what I will tell you, it's not going to look good. And here's the kicker. When the playoffs starts, Embiid will be back, Paul George will be back, and Max will be playing. And all of that will get you to the 5th seed. And you know what's going to happen? I'm calling it now. The Knicks, and they're going to have so much trouble dealing with it because Paul George is going to have difficulty trying to get his buckets, and Embiid is going to get frustrated because nobody else is trying to help, even though they have another max player on their squad. Knicks in 5 again.
Listen, man, I love it. I love it.
First of all, he got to get off that clear yayo. Don't be just take a breath and there's better editing skills than that, my brother. No, the hell, we're not going to play Philadelphia in the first round as a 4th seed and they're the 5th seed again. Not happening. We're going to be a number 2 and number 1 seed. We ain't shoot for no damn 4th, middle of the pack Eastern Conference. The Magic better be doing something crazy with the new additions that they got, KCP and all that. Amazing backcourt, by the way. Amazing backcourt. That was a lie, Bodega Mayor. We ain't playing no damn Philadelphia in the first round and they're the 5th seed with the 4th seed.
Well, for me, you know, I agree with everything he said. I don't know about, the seedings and all of that, but once again, if you don't work with Kawhi Leonard, what makes me think you're going to work with another injured Embiid? Once again, this is Philadelphia putting all the pressure on Tyrese Maxey. They're going to try to, can Maxey do what Jalen Brunson did? Like I said, that on paper is great. And I was a little nervous, but now when you think about it, listen, man, the East is back. Like I said, Indiana upgraded by bringing everybody back. Orlando upgraded. Still got to respect Milwaukee with two guys like that, Dame Lillard and Giannis. You got Boston. Like I said, we can say what we want about Cleveland, but they're a great regular season team. So, you got 1 through 6, 7 is going to be tough. But one thing with Philly, no one fears them. Teams fear us. No one fears Philly. No one is scared of Paul George. No one is scared of Joel Embiid because they already know the ending of the book. One is going to be not healthy or both is not going to be healthy. And for sure, Embiid is going to gas out. That's just a fact. So, yeah, man, I'm not – listen, man, big shout out to that young man, but, yeah, ain't nobody scared of Philadelphia, man. I think the scariest team in the NBA is our New York Knicks. And from current players to past players to coaches, they all say it. Simple and plain. Philly scares nobody. Nobody at all, especially Paul George. Simple and plain. So him getting Kobe number, him saying he's back to being a bully or whatever it is, you don't even look or sound believable. Exactly, Flea.
It's the theatrics. It's the theatrics, OG. It's the theatrics. Like I said, this dude is a name at this point. This dude is a name with a mouthpiece. Pause. Like all he does is just talk. Just talk.